Well, it seems that Stellantis and the board are very upset that their BS plan to try to maybe offload a brand or two to BYD got exposed. Let's talk about it. What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And yes, I've got some internal communications today that just made me smile from ear to ear. So, guys, it seems that Stellantis is exceptionally upset about what happened with BYD. Evidently, they were very far along in discussions to the point where now we know why they had executives touring facilities, because it wasn't just a, hey, we'll sell you a brand deal, we'll look at the financials and maybe take a brand from you, but they mostly wanted facilities, which I find interesting. If you notice, Stellantis didn't announce any vehicles for what brands were going to be built at Brampton and some of the other places. And you noticed around the same time that they were saying, hey, we're not opening Belvedere, because I think Belvedere was probably going to be sold to BYD, as was Brampton. And I feel that after that deal blew up, right, and then Frank Rhodes Jr. came in and said he wanted to save Chrysler, which brought more attention onto the BYD thing outside of what we already put out there, then they knew that it wasn't going to happen. Then all of a sudden we went from, we're cutting brands, we're, a month and a half, literally not even 45 days ago, we're selling Maserati, we're going to cut DS, we're going to cut Maserati, we might cut Lancia, we might sell Dodge or Chrysler or any underperforming brands to, oh, we're keeping all of our brands, we're not selling any of them. No, you got caught with your hand in the cookie jar. This is why, like, when you do the basic math here, everybody, the photographs of these executives, sure, I'm just sure that the chief financial officer is at CTC for Stellantis, and I'm sure they're just hanging out at a closed assembly plant in Brampton for shits and giggles, right? Come on, man. It's just, there's way too many people that saw way too many people from BYD there, where I can get it. I understand the people that are like, well, how do you know they weren't going to try to buy Chrysler? I know by the responses by BYD. BYD, every response was, we're not trying to buy Stellantis. Nobody said you were trying to buy Stellantis. You're trying to pluck an American brand, which gets you to bypass the tariffs in the United States. Interesting, think about this too, right? So the BYD deal is going along. Stellantis and them are having serious conversations. Conversations get so far along that Carlos Tavares makes a BS trip, supposedly to go to the Sterling Heights assembly plant. Never happens. He uses the excuse of, oh, security, and they were protesting outside or organizing outside the assembly plant. That's BS. You never wanted to go to Sterling Heights in the first place. We know that why you were here, and it's the other reason why the chairman of your board was here. John Elkann didn't come out here for shits and giggles. He came out here to meet with people from BYD with Carlos Tavares to make a deal on brands. And when you got exposed on that, that's when you said, oh no, you guys both released a statement. I don't know what happened at that meeting, if it fell apart, or if the U.S. government said no, or if the Biden administration contacted BYD and said, hey, we're going to put a pause on these tariffs anyway if this deal doesn't work out. Because what happened? Magically, John Elkann, Carlos Tavares, the chief financial officer from BYD, and their head of the products division are all in the same little town in Michigan. Because that just happens, right? Because that just happens. Sure. And then magically, we looked at the timestamps on both, 29 minutes apart, BYD says that they have no interest in any American companies. Shocker. Weird. And then Stellantis comes out and categorically denies that they are selling any of their brands to BYD. This close together. Coincidence? Nope. What happens the day after that? Well, magically, we are told that the 100% tariff on Chinese EVs magically is delayed, and delayed indefinitely. Wonder why that happened. You mean, not like, there's been accusations or people have said anything about the current administration being in China's pocket or anything. And this is not a political thing. I could give two shits. Politicians are for sale. We already know this. I can tell you, as a business guy, I can tell you, politicians are for sale. But what I find interesting is all of this stuff adds up. It all adds up. To the point now that there's talks now with BYD and the United States government. Remember all of the letters from the Congress people saying they'd never let them in, it's not going to happen, they care about American jobs and Detroit jobs and all of that BS? Yeah. So why would Pete Buttigieg or Buttigieg or however the hell you say his name, Mayor Pete, be meeting with people from BYD about opening a battery facility or a battery manufacturing plant in Michigan? Why would that be happening? That's interesting. And you just happen to have somebody that works in the corporate structure for Stellantis now at said meeting. So I'm just guessing that, the person from Stellantis was there because, the transportation secretary, I guess, was in town and they wanted to say what's up, say hi, shake their hand or something. Maybe, because we totally believe in coincidences here. But I thought this was interesting, and I wanted to get into it because it looks like that the board and one powerful member of the board that owns a lot of stock in Stellantis is very unhappy about how the exposure of BYD went down. And here's the other reason why we know Stellantis is working with other Chinese companies. Geely, Leap, GAC. GAC is manufacturing vehicles for them, just rebranded Chinese vehicles in Mexico. We already know about the Leap motor stuff going on with the rebranded Fiat-looking things that they're putting out in Europe to bypass those tariffs. So why isn't it believable that BYD wouldn't buy a brand or partner with Chrysler as a brand in the United States? Just got to use this, man. Common sense. But I thought it was interesting. I saw a couple different posts on Reddit, and shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for the shout out. I appreciate y'all. Major salute. But what I thought was very interesting was the mention of the board talking about third-rate, well, it's funny, I call it third-rate YouTubers from stuff that happened a while back where they call us, we're just third-rate media personalities, but they called us, what did they call us? Cut-rate media? The cut-rate media at Stellantis? Sure, buddy. Sure, that's what it is. We're cut-rate media. You just got exposed, man. Look, if you were trying to do this as a secret deal, why in the F would you give them visitor passes or visitor badges with their company's name on it? Why would you be talking about it openly when you're running around other employees? I mean, it's not like you're working at the NSA or the CIA. Your employees are going to talk, and boy, do they. They talk a lot. So if that was supposed to be a secret, until you just magically, hey, we're going to develop this electric truck and we're going to put it out in 40 days. And it's this BYD shark that you're going to put a Ram logo on. Sorry to bust that bubble, but nope. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I think it's funny. You know what? It makes me smile so much when I understand or I hear that Carlos Tavares is sad and in his feelings. It makes me so happy when this guy who gets, $40 million bonuses and wastes $250 million on drone projects, but you can't fund or pay your employees or get things to go the right way. Makes my day. Oh. Yeah. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.